Hopefully this time it doesn't crash. Because, goddamn. It was starting to... I don't know how much of what I said was cut off. But let's put it this way. I was starting to say the impact of Senna. Essentially, I think it either needs to be nerfed. I'm not entirely sure how affected it has been with the mid-season patch, which rolled out this week, or last week technically, but a big patch to say the least, with item changes, Nomori quick blades becoming something different, new items as well in the game. So there's been potent changes. Static Shiv also got changed quite a bit. So whether or not that kind of falls out of meta for certain picks like Lucian, Zeri as well. Started to see a bit more Jins. That's something I've seen a bit more. So what I'm thinking is, will we see Senna fall out of meta? Because in pro play, this lane swap sort of style that kind of was brought around by G2, like into the major region scene, and the proficiency that Senna provides to the lane swaps and the counter action of them made it so that teams can win. And it's like, essentially you can flip an objective, or you can have double TPs. You have two top laners, one bulky, one bruiser, and essentially make it so that it's nigh on impossible for the other team to fight, and it just makes the game a little bit unbearable. But yeah, that's kind of how I saw the past two series as a whole, Senna being very dictatorial of how it goes. And I mean, we did see a Kalista Blitz game to counteract it, but that's because of, I'd honestly say, BLG's drafting and stylization they played. Game 4 was desperation with split push. Game 3 was good. They performed well and won. Game 2 was a stomp. The Blitzcrank just demolishing them with a Kalista. And then Game 1 was Game 1. That was close. Both games were actually, first two games were close, but it was the styles that were brought out by GenG, the unique picks, the matching of scaling, the higher scaling champions with the Karthus and then the Senna alongside it, the burst they provided. It became very apparent that GenG knew how to play against lane swap, and it negated the BLG style that we saw. And honestly speaking, Senna TK compared to Senna Ornn, bear in mind, Senna Ornn was what was the discussion yesterday when we looked at T1 series. I think that as a whole, the way that it was played by BLG, looking at drafts, just were a little bit more iffy and not really playing to their strengths. And it kind of was apparent with how they played. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's the series we got, compared to the T1 one where it was explosive and fun and exciting for 5 games. This one was the slow, methodical games that basically were just dictating by outscaling. Now, compared to the likes of T1 and G2, who were the other teams that were fighting for a crown, they played the more snowbally styles, I think you would say. Building snowbally champs like Draven, or I guess Poppy, if you can class known as Poppy as snowbally, even though he did play it very aggressively. But if you look at the team that won, GenG, probably the most deserving team in a long time to win the title, taking away a crown from the LPL in spring, pretty nice. JDG obviously won last year, and I've got a JDG jersey in my cupboard, but couldn't be asked to wear it because they've fallen off a hill this year. Regardless, it's been a long one tonight. Makes a change, to be honest, to be sat talking League for, I think it's about 3-4 hours now, since 7, so yeah, 3 hours. And with that, I get to round it out with a thank you for joining me for MSI. It's been more of an analytical one than last year, and I've tried to also give a bit more of a cast to some of them, to some situations, because the meta is very cut and dry, and some teams' styles are very much cut and dry when you've covered them for since the start of the tournament. It's why I kind of like covering the LEC, because you don't have to sit with the same team every week and watch them. But with that said and done, we can go into summer. A lot of expectations, a lot of uniqueness. We don't have a new champion actually yet, so that's kind of surprising that we haven't got a new champion mid-split, because normally we do, don't we? I know, it's been a slow champ release split, so there's not really new content coming into summer, so I guess we'll round it out here. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this tournament, if you enjoyed my coverage, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new and if you want to. And gonna be honest, the videos won't stop until June. I've got some content in the works. I know I always say I've got that video, but I have put it off for a long time. I touched it last night. It felt okay. I enjoyed making content for a bit, and then I burnt out quite quickly because I started watching hockey. Also, I do have some other videos to make. I have this guy to open, this Graphite EX box. Looks pretty dope. I just saw it randomly in a shop. I'm like, I've not seen that anywhere else. I'm gonna buy it and open it for you guys. So there's that. And with that, I'm gonna round it out here. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you enjoyed this, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new and if you want to. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.